And suddenly, the big burly guy started to lose focus, and I guess he got possessed. My name is Das.
My name is Raihan.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And this is Tales from Incredible Tales, a show where we look back at the popular MediaCorp horror series.
We have a very special guest with us tonight. Das Didi is a multilingual host, actor, and comedian that you know from Just Swipe La and All That Glitters. In 2023, Das was named Best Rising Star at the Star Awards. Das, thank you for joining us and welcome to the show.
Wow, I'm so excited to be here also because we have our four main races represented.
Yeah, nice.
So can this be our National Day episode?
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Kyle's like reworking the schedule in his head. I was like, can we
Well,
do
yeah.
it just right?
I think it's just about just right.
Wait, yeah, you're right.
Yes, it is. It is. This episode is second episode, ma. So you will go just before National Day or after. I think around there.
So is this a coincidence?
It
is a coincidence.
Wow. The spirit, even the spirits wants us to CMIO, you know.
Yeah. I think it's the spirits. We just always link it back to the spirits.
Yes.
Hungry Ghost Month always falls around the time of National Day. You will see like a lot of the flags, right? And then you will see like the offerings on the roadside. I remember as a kid when I saw,
yeah.
your P5, right? Then you all go like the National Day thing.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yes.
So you've been there. Then you see all the thing. Then you feel like very like proud, but at the same time you're scared because got
It's like you see Hungry Ghosts, you're scared. There's only fireworks. Then you shock of your life.
Speaking of which, in every episode of Tales from Incredible Tales, we explore a different theme and how it ties back to a classic Incredible Tales episode.
For this episode, just for you, Das, we're looking at creepy forests. This episode's theme was inspired by Challenging the Spirits from Season 6. A group of university students conduct forest research for their final semester assignment in Malaysia. Spirits are everywhere in the forest, but the students don't see any initially and seek to challenge the paranormal elements.
Let's take a look.
It is believed that dogs can see ghosts. And if you take their tears and put it in your eyes, you can see ghosts too.
I like how we always end up laughing after.
I don't know.
It's the nervous laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my laughter is not a nervous laughter. I actually thought it was quite funny. Why would you go out of your way to want to see a ghost?
I know.
Yeah.
And then you gotta drag the poor dog into this as well.
Yes. Then you dare to go and touch the dog's eye.
No, it's quite
Not dog bite you. What?
not very clean.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That was the other thing I was thinking. Like,
You'll get like pink eye, won't you?
I mean, what if she regret right after? Any
Yeah.
way to wash it?
I just wash off that all. No, but like do you know of all these like superstitions? Like don't open umbrella, then the dog eye thing.
I do know a lot of superstitions, but I actively try to respect the superstitions because I don't have a goal in life to want to come into contact with any paranormal activities. I don't. I'm good. Thank you very much. But there have been times where I think I feel something, I hear things, but I don't actually see them, and I'm very grateful for moments like that. I have been into very weird situations where you just feel like things are just not right. But I just never see anything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there is a reason why we got Das on the show because another MediaCorp show, Mr. Cho's Ghost Adventures, you were on an island in Singapore and then one of the casts actually got possessed, right?
oh,
Yeah, you were there. So it's like, you witnessed it firsthand, right?
Yes. I was. It was a very, very traumatic experience. So what happened was when I got this job, I was like, really? They want me to be a ghostbuster in a sense? I'm the last person because number one, I am not really interested in like paranormal stuff. You know, I'm not one of those people who, let's go and visit the haunted house.
Yep.
That's not me. And secondly, I don't see any ghosts. So this is going to be a really boring episode because if I'm there, I'm not going to see anything. So what are we going to do? Then I got introduced to this production, and this is the first time I actually met Dennis Chu. He was a very, very supportive host, and he's very good. And I was very excited to see him, a bit starstruck. And I was told that, we're going to play with the Ouija board. So the thing about me when I'm going to variety shows is that I don't read the script. If I'm not hosting, I will just want to go with the flow because you don't want to know about the guest. You want to organically get to know them.
Yeah.
And I always like to come in from the audience perspective, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So we actually did play the Ouija board in the studio at the start. To get a better idea of what the rest of the show was going to be like. But I don't know what's the rest of the show. I just know that we're going to go to an offshore island in Singapore. The thing was moving. So all four of us put our finger on this thing called, the one, the Chinese, you go to China and they give you soy sauce in that thing. So they flipped it
saucer,
around.
the saucer.
So you put your finger on it and then it started moving on its own. Then I was thinking maybe the guy pushing, right? Pushing it over my brother. I tried to push back. I couldn't push back. And I didn't even feel the guy trying to resist. So I did somewhat believe, but then I was a bit skeptic. So as we were going to the offshore island, we were all laughing and joking. You know how Dennis is, right? He's hilarious, he's funny. And then we had guests also, and they were paranormal investigators. So what happened was they went 6 years ago, prior to us filming the episode, 6 years ago, they went to this particular cemetery at this offshore island, and they played the Ouija board by the cemetery. Like, why would you do that? I mean, like, why are you interested in doing that? But whatever floats your boat, you're paranormal investigators. And then we went there, and out of respect, it was a Chinese cemetery. We did burn incense and all of those things to show them that we are here. But then we went on to stand on the cemetery, and we carried on our rest of the episode. So again, I don't know what's happening. Dennis knows because he reads the script because he is hosting, right? So he has lines in the thing he has to say. I don't have to say anything. I can just say whatever I feel like, whatever I'm reacting. And then we started asking the paranormal investigators what actually happened to them 6 years ago. There was one main guy, and then there was this other guy who was a big buff guy. He looks like a bouncer in a club. But he's a very teddy bear, very soft-hearted. He laughs at everything that we say, even if it's not funny. It's like, if I ever do a stand-up comedy show, I would want to clone like 100 of him because he'll find everything I say funny. So it's very light-hearted, and I love that. And then when we got to the serious part of the show where we were asking them what happened, then they relate to us that 6 years ago, both of them came to that particular location, and then they played the Ouija board. And suddenly, the big burly guy started to lose focus. And I guess he got possessed. So, and then he started saying things like, I just heard this name someone calling this name in my ears. And then at that point, like we could feel like our hair standing, our arm, we felt goosebumps. And then I knew it was a show and we wanted the show to be successful. So me being like a very noob host, right? I want to ask, what name did you hear?
Oh my gosh.
I knew that it could be a bit like off, but if I'm watching the show, I would also want to know what the name is. So like I said, I always come in from the audience perspective and try to give them what they want. As soon as he said the name, he answered my question, he said the name, and then he was letting his friend do the most of the talking. And halfway he just raised his hand and said, I don't think I can do this, like my entire half my body is numb. I cannot do this. And the director was asking him, like, during our pre-interview, you had so much to say about your experience, but like, why is it that you can't share anymore? Tell us what else was going on, what do you all do, and all of that. And then his friend helped him to answer. The big guy, he started trembling, and he started shaking. And then I said, like, do you need anything? Like, can I help you? Do you need a hug? I thought he was upset because the director told him that, he's not talking good enough. So I said, it's okay, he said, then I said, is it because of your Mandarin or whatever? Because this is a Chinese show, and prior to this, he said that his Mandarin is not very good. Right. So I said, don't worry, you're standing right next to me. This is not a Mandarin competition. We're good. I'll always make you look better, my friend. And then eventually he said like, I'm very angry. 我很想打人. That means I really want to beat someone up.
Wow.
我很愤怒, 很生气. I'm very, very angry. We realized that, okay, after he said the name, I think it took over. And so we had to clear the place. Nothing felt right about what was going on. We had to clear the place. We went to the van. on our way to the van, and our friend was still possessed and still acting up. So we left him with his partner, someone he's familiar with, and they're all paranormal activities. Like, you know how to get yourself into trouble, better know how to get the fella out of it, right? Not my problem. Just don't do anything to me. After a while, he was still very possessed, and then Dennis talked him out of it. So just imagine the sun. I don't know where he learned this. I was very skeptical. Like, what do you mean? The guy is possessed. I asked him, imagine the sun. Is it going to be better? But eventually he did. So I was like, wow. Dennis knows his stuff. Then the sound man, I was standing at the side, trying to avoid the whole situation. The sound man came to me. So he does. 刚才你有没有听到有一个女孩子唱歌? It's like, do you hear a girl singing? Then I said, no lah, what girl singing? Then I said, then after this, Dennis apparently heard. I said, I never hear anything, anybody singing. Some of you like leave your AirPods on. Sometimes when you leave your AirPod on in the vicinity, you can still hear the music, but it's very faint. Although this offshore island has some residents, but we were at the cemetery. We were very far away from where people are living, and definitely the cemetery is not like a tourist attraction or anything where people be. And we are there at 3-4 a.m. at night.
Wow.
So there's no possibility. So he took off his headset and let me listen to what he was listening to. And then there was this girl humming. I was like, when are we leaving? This island, can we go already now? You know? And we were just very, very surprised that some of us could hear that sound and some of us couldn't. But the device, the sound thing caught the whole recording.
Yeah.
So we had to finish some of our hosting bits and all of that. Like, oh, how's everyone? You know, how's the experience and all of that. And then when we were doing the post-interview, I mean, we got him to share a bit more about what his experience was like, the burly guy. I got him share his experience, and he said actually he had this strong rage and he really wanted to beat me up. And he said, 我很想打他，但是他对我这么好，我就没有打他. That means he said like, oh, I really wanted to beat up Das, but Das treated me so well during this shoot, so I didn't want to beat him. And I was like, you better not lah. You know. But he's a very lovely guy. After that, we went for supper, and that really went down as one of the very, very good episodes, of course, the series. And also it was submitted as the episode that was nominated for Star Awards. They eventually won for 周公讲鬼 that year. So that was my experience. I've never come across anything like that. So the moment it happened in front of me, then how not to believe and realize that this actually exists, you know? And also, please don't go and play Ouija board by the cemetery. It's like an important trivia tip for everyone.
Agree.
Yeah.
I think jumping back onto the experience, right? Just wanted to find out, like, were there any like spiritual masters on set?
Okay. So there were no spiritual masters on set.
So I think there's one. There's one. And luckily, like, Dennis knew like that. I think the sun thing works because it's light, right? It's basically asking the person to bring in light. But I think the fact that you all got burned is kind of like respect. But at the same time, there's a theory is like when you burn, especially in the cemetery, all will come. That's why some people, when they go adventure, they choose not to burn at all. Because if you burn the incense, its connection to the other world, then they will come towards you. Makes it worse. Unless you know what you're doing, which is what we did for the Bukit Brown episode, the first episode when we shot on location in Bukit Brown. We got a spiritual master. He did the actual chanting, like to say that this is for you. Come and take, and then you protect us. Like just leave us alone, that kind of thing. So there's communication done, but I guess your side never really say anything. So this is offering for you. Could be for
I don't know. Maybe they said, but I never hear. Then we were standing on the cemetery, and the cemetery was very under maintained. Of course, it's like an abandoned cemetery. So the lalangs were like very tall. The grass was quite tall. It was like maybe like almost to a knee length. So, and then when we were standing on the cemetery, then all the lights turn on. I think that would have been very irritating if I was a ghost. You get what I mean? Like, you're not only standing here, you're on the light so bright.
Come my house, turn on this kind of light.
They all talk. Therefore, you mention names and all that. And I think until now, Dennis blames me for that entire episode. He'll be like, why did you go in and ask their name?
But that's the best episode, bro.
That's
the best episode.
My one contribution lah.
I think it's
quite a big contribution.
Okay, I think it's a gamble. But I feel like when I watch the episode as a viewer, I feel like the guy's energy is very low. He may look very, very, very big, but I think his energy is particularly low.
Yeah.
That's why the spirit targeted him. Because they go by energy ma.
Yeah.
They see, 这个人的气势不好. That means, like you don't look good, then attack you. So it's the...
He's like the more vulnerable one.
Yeah, I can tell like he got a lot of things going on, then like just attack.
Yeah, but maybe then my energy was high. Like, let's just keep it high.
I think your energy is very high.
Let's just
His
do
energy confirm
like,
high.
keep it up throughout this episode.
When does keep quiet, right? I think need to be careful. Yeah, they start like...
Actually, there were many moments where all of us were just standing at our spots and we were just blank.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to deal with this. If someone falls ill, we can call the ambulance.
Yeah.
But possessed could call who?
Yeah.
You got me?
Spiritual master, lor.
Yeah.
Spiritual ambulance,
Yeah.
I guess.
But you mentioned that you played the Ouija board before heading over to the island. Do you had a closure with the board, or did you just like, okay,
That's a good
bye-bye
question.
and leave?
Okay, so there was closure. We said some things.
Ask them to go lah.
Yeah, we thank you very much. Thanks for showing us some signs, and we did have a closure because I think both those two paranormal investigators were the one who guided us through this Ouija board, and they know exactly what to do. And usually, people who are paranormal investigators, they do respect the spirits lah. It's not, they don't go there to like rough things up or cause drama. Yeah.
I mean, I also want to jump back to the song. I saw the episode, I heard the thing, now I was like, no way. Because I'm a filmmaker, so I know like roughly how technical works, right? Because I believe that the sound guy was using a boom mic for ambience or whatever. Like, sometimes they need to do that. Or like it could be a laugh from an unused talent that's not talking. So that one is very hard to fake. And I don't think it's fake. And the fact that the girl is singing some form of sanke is like a olden Chinese folk song. Which is very old. It's like 100 years old, that kind. It's like, it's weird. Like, and that cemetery could be 100 years old. I've been to that cemetery myself. I went in, I was like, whoa, this place is creepy.
You go for what?
Last time I fished. I fished. Then I took the wrong turn. Then the auntie selling the ice cream, oh, boy, why you go there? Then I said, no, I want to go fish. Then I go with my friend, we walk.
Are you sure the auntie the ice cream was not the one who was singing? No, different.
No, after that we walk back. Then she's like, I told you walk the wrong way already. Because got crossroad ma. It's at the end of the island.
Yeah.
No, but we after that whole saga, we actually went to the security at the area to ask them whether there's any girl or any residents who are living near. They said no lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, most people who are living in that offshore island are older.
Yeah, why would they sing?
We sing at night.
Yeah, at
And
night,
so we
yeah.
thought it was a radio or what.
cannot be.
No, don't have.
It's a sanke, bro. No radio will play that kind of song.
Sanka is like a folk song.
Folk song, bro.
I didn't even know the genre of music.
It's a folk song. I think what would be creepy is if they did a follow-up episode and then you went to each of the grave and see if it's the name or not.
Oh, God.
And then if they found the name, then good luck, man.
Oh, yeah.
If the price is right, I will go.
What's the price?
What's the price?
And no, actually, I was after the episode, I thought, okay, not bad. Yeah, I just felt like this episode really did help me a lot for my career. It really did, because it really popped me off. And then like when the episode came out, then I became more popular. Then a few months later, I won Star Awards and all of that. So it actually did help me for my career. I'm not like saying that it's a horrible episode. It's just that it just made really, really good TV. It just made me realize that Singaporeans want to know this haunted stuff. Yeah.
They love horror lah.
Yeah.
There were some MBs, Taiwanese MBs, right, that captured supernatural things. Like actually like abandoned house, then the door started opening, closing.
Oh, yeah,
while
yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
rolling. Then the musician went on to like win a lot of awards.
Do it.
Is that an invitation?
Yeah, invitation. Just like let's not near me. But yeah.
So why do you think Forest has a lot of these kind of stories? Is it because of the ancient rituals that were done there, or is it just that the things that not soft at all?
I just think that because forests have very little footfall, very little human traffic, so I think these things find it more comfortable. These spirits rather find it more comfortable to be there. And a lot of times, people that I know, if you want to get rid of something dirty, you will try to leave it in the forest. So like, throw it away, right? They say, oh, you have this in your house, go and put it on a tree or put it on a forest, put it on an abandoned place. So I think that's why a lot of these things live there. And there are a lot of bad things that happen in a forest as well. Murders.
A place where no human resides is where the thing resides. It's like their city.
I used to hear that one of these other offshore islands used to be a place where people used to dispose of toyos. And they thought to themselves, oh, it's on an island.
Is it in
fine.
Singapore? Singapore
Yes.
Island. Okay.
And they thought it'd be fine. You put the toyos on there, they can't come to the mainland and everything. And then a path was built directly to the island.
A bridge.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you all encourage people to investigate?
No.
I don't even like going to these places. So I there's no way I'm encouraging
So
people.
if you say one day you and Raihan, you and I go out and then we see something, and I say, Raihan, go and see if it's real.
No.
Do you know, right?
No, I
But then
won't.
there's these people on this.
We are very clear with what we do. We are horror creators. We tell stories.
Yeah.
We tell stories, but we don't go and investigate.
No, you see, I understand people who are paranormal investigators, they may have the know-how, they may have the equipment, they have done a bit of research, But these kids from the Incredible Tales episode that we saw, they have no background whatsoever. All they know is if they use the tears from a dog and rub it on their own eyes, they'll be able to see it. I personally wouldn't encourage anybody to be that adventurous in life.
Yeah.
You want to be adventurous, go and put on a harness, go bungee jumping,
Insurance got cover.
Yeah.
I guess it's the factor that you cannot see. So as long as you don't see, you don't believe it. So they will take the risk to want to see it. Then they will believe it. So I guess that curiosity kills the cat.
I chalk it up to like young and stupid,
Yeah.
I did the umbrella thing before. I did it before. I kinda smack my grandmother.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I straight away opened one big umbrella in front of inside my house. Pop. Then she say, why you open umbrella in house? I said, I want to see got ghost or not. Then she smacked me.
But that's the first time I see that kind of superstition, because for us, Malay folklore, we believe that if you open an umbrella in the house, the snake will come in.
Yeah.
Oh, but maybe your parents, I feel a lot of things is your parents lied to you that it's a snake so that you won't get scared as a young kid.
Maybe so.
They don't want to tell you that it's a ghost.
Actually, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. Like until now, my mom doesn't allow us to, I'm sure Malays as well, or Muslims, you're not allowed to cut nails at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, like jangan sepik kuku, And I was like, why? I got no time to. Who's gonna wake up at like 6, 7 a.m. to cut the nails, right? Like when the hell am I supposed to cut my nails? So my mother doesn't allow me to do that, and she told me the reason is because the ghost will come and pick it up at night.
Yes.
Oh.
And so every time we dispose our nails, we don't throw it into the dustbin. We will flush it down the toilet.
Oh, that's just smart.
Yeah,
That's
so
just smart.
it leaves your home completely.
Oh.
Next time I should do that.
Yeah.
Because we always cut. I like to cut nail at night.
But what do they do with the nails? I mean,
Makan
Ghost,
lah.
makan.
Okay, so for the Chinese, right, we also believe that they like to take things, hair also. So there is a proper way of disposing it. Yeah, hair is of course like black magic, but also like the ghost will eat. So I heard from people with the third eye, they say they eat bodily fluids also.
Oh my God.
So you can imagine from where it's quite disgusting. Yeah, especially in nightclubs. Yeah.
Oh, now I know why.
Can you just be more explicit? I don't get it. Why is your body?
I like how he's trying
Okay,
to dig it.
It's vomit, vomit.
Oh, vomit. Just say lah, vomit. Bodily fluid.
Then the other kind, I
was
don't know
thinking,
lah.
what the
that
hell?
one-
You pee in the toilet. The club got no toilet, man. You cannot pee in the toilet bowl. Never mind.
I honestly was thinking something else.
Likewise.
That one not PG.
This is a MediaCorp production. Okay.
Yeah. So about the same more. Like the new one is like they will also take lah. They will take it.
Yeah.
Not good lah.
Yeah, I've heard about the hair one. Wow.
But for me, I don't really believe, but I think it makes common sense because at night not enough light, right? Then you cut yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my mother also tells me that at night when I go back home, I shouldn't look up. So I don't look at trees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in case someone is sitting there watching you, So I'm very scared of all of that. But in the grand scheme of things, I do feel like I am someone who is not very interested in meeting or seeing all of these people. I'm happy the way I am.
That's it. If the conditions were like right and everybody was going back for good reasons, would you go back to?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a fast one.
Yes, I maybe this time we want to do it better. Like you said, maybe we can bring a shifu or some master, you know, and maybe we can also use this opportunity to apologize. Because the other time we didn't get real closure, we just left.
Yeah.
So maybe this time I just want to say I'm very sorry. And also like the next morning I have fever after the episode. And I had a very horrible dream of a bunch of villagers chasing me in my dream. Then they surrounded me and they said in Malay, don't come back.
Oh, damn.
And still you're okay with going back?
To apologize lah. I think to give some closure. It's like they kejar, you know, they were just running after me. And that entire scene was in Malay. Yeah, everything was in Malay. And they were speaking to me in Malay. They looked Malay. They were wearing a sarong, songkok. And they don't look like our Malays from this generation. They look like it's a bit from a different era. So I'm just very confused. Like, it's a Chinese cemetery. The person's name that was uttered was an English name. And then there were a bunch of Malay people chasing after me in my dream at night. I never told this to anyone. I didn't even tell like Dennis, because Dennis and I were texting the day after. He said, hey, are you okay? And stuff. Like, I didn't want to startle him and scare him also.
Okay, I'm really curious to know. What about the others? Have you asked? Like, what about the guy who got that rage?
I did. He said he was fine the day after. Because he's like a paranormal investigator, I think. So maybe they did something before they went to sleep or whatever. But I don't know what to do. I just went home. I reached home at a lot of us, we reached home at 4 a.m. And then we went back to the studio where Dennis's car was parked. Then after Dennis's car drives off, right, there'll be no cars in that multi-story car park. So I said, 从今那个你可以载我回家吗? Can you just send me home? Then he was like, he was just okay because he's a very nice man. He was willing to send me back. But I just felt that I was not alone even after I left. Yeah.
Man, you left that.
But you all got go supper lah.
We go supper, then after that we went to the studio to pick up his car because we set off on a bus. We went to the studio to pick up his car and then I went home after that.
Okay.
So, but the studio was where we did the Ouija board.
Yeah,
so I didn't want to stay in the studio also lah, kan? Yeah.
That's you need to release the bad jujus.
Yeah, like Buang Sui. Yeah.
Buang Sui.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That was last year, right?
Yes.
This is like, I think, it's a sign because the fact that you told us about this, I don't know if it could be manifesting, but just after you shot it the same night, then you get that dream, right? Maybe it's a warning from the villagers because like we said, right, the island has villagers and it had like people staying there. Maybe some of the people that passed away, the spirits that were lingering there, the villagers were not happy. Yeah, because you invade their space, and they were not happy. Then they were sending a message.
Yeah, it just chased, and then I remember in my dream they surrounded me. Said, "Jangan balik."
Wow.
Oh, this gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
See your goosebumps.
Yeah, and also like the thing is that my first language is not Malay, right? I mean, although I can speak a bit of it. I mean, okay lah, I can speak Malay. You know, I always have dream in Tamil or Tamil because it's my mother tongue, right?
Yeah.
So every time when you think about something in such a deep state of consciousness, you always want to go back to the language that you think in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you're dreaming, it's because you're thinking in your sleep. But Malay, where did that come from? And also we were doing the entire show in Mandarin. So it's not like I did some Malay activity before that and then the Malay was still ringing in my brain and then I went to sleep and I dreamt in Malay. So it was very weird.
Yeah. So after the villagers surrounded you and they warned you, then you woke up.
I woke up.
Then fever.
Yes. And I just want to tell you, when I went back to my home, I didn't even bother trying to sleep in my own room. I just took my pillow and my bolster. I went to my mother's room and slept next to her. After when I woke up from my dream, I just saw my mom. So thank God I'm at home. I went back to sleep again. Yeah. It was. I always remember that. So that's why I always have a bit of guilt that maybe we could have done something more respectful, some in a way that, I mean, definitely we can go and like dabble or whatever. Just be like, hello, hi guys, we're going to come in. We're not going to disturb you, you know, can you protect us like you said, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe not like that lah. We don't talk like that. Maybe get a proper person.
Yeah, you get a spiritual master to help you translate.
Yeah,
they will know the proper way to do it. No, we just follow only.
Yeah. But I mean, I have had a lot of weird things happen to me also. I mean, in my life in general. When I was really, really young, a lot of people believed that the house that I lived in was haunted. My parents also divorced because of that home. Always, every night, whenever I'm watching TV, I'll always think that my mother is in her room because I felt something walk past me.
Right.
Then I'll tell my mom, Amma, then I'll look at the direction of the room. She said, I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, but you just walk past. Then she's like, oh no. Then my dad bought me this doll when I was very young. It's a teddy bear. It's a sensor teddy bear. So like, you walk past it, then there'll be sound. At night at 12 a.m., it will make noises on its own. Then I would look at my mother for like some response or justification, right? What the hell is going on? Then she'll be like, it's very normal. I think the battery or some problem or what. But now in hindsight, it's like, hey, you don't scare me, leh? There was once I was in a hotel with my friend. We stayed over in Malacca. And then my friend said he wanted to use his... he wanted to use the bathtub. But then he didn't use. Then I was like, why? Didn't bother. Thank you very much. So you don't hog the toilet. And then I said, then my friend was like, can you go and close the toilet door? Don't leave the toilet door ajar. Then I was like, why you leave I want a bit of light, kan? Then in the middle of the night, I don't go into the wrong door or what, kan? After he told me to close it, my phone started making noise and it went directly to TikTok live. So some random person on TikTok was talking on my phone. And I didn't even use my phone or go and watch any TikTok live before that. Just started talking.
As in like it was unlocked or not?
It was locked and charging.
Oh my God.
So then, of course, as me being the expert, paranormal expert from Zhou Jiang Gui, I didn't go and ask my friend like, hey, what is that? How come? We just like went to sleep. And then, the next morning, my friend told me that, so when he was showering, he saw something standing in the bathtub. So we wanted to leave the toilet door open to let it come out.
Right.
Yeah, so at least it doesn't get stuck there. Then I said, like, that's a very lame logic. You should just close the door and leave it inside. If you need to pee, I will go downstairs and pee lah. Go to the lobby and pee. Let it come out. Let it come and attack me when I'm sleeping. Like, what kind of logic is this?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Then I said, it's a dark figure. I said, then is that why you didn't use a bathtub? I said, yeah. I said, together lah. You go and shower. I mean, I only cracked the jokes after I left the hotel lah. In the hotel, yeah.
Wait, so your friend can see? So
Yeah.
third eye lah.
I don't know if third or fourth eye, but I don't believe him also. But I mean, he said he can see, so we trust that. Yeah, but also a lot of these hotels and all that in these places. Cause I wanted to stay in like a colonial heritage hotel and all that, right? Because I want to immerse in the history of Malacca. So that's what it gave me lah. Yeah, but it's good to have friends who can see ghosts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We have Nakia and we have Art.
Yeah.
Both have third eye.
Yeah.
It's not that fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you travel with them, right? And then they start like, like film people, right? We on set all the time, it's all about the eye line. So imagine I talking to you, then the eye like that. Then nobody's standing behind you. Well, how would you feel?
Yeah, it's
You'll be
always like that.
Yeah, right.
So with my friend, suddenly like he will stop and then he'll be a bit stunned. Then I will know what sometimes may happen. I say, can we faster go?
Yeah,
then we faster go. Then after that, I ask like, what do you see? I saw a dark thing. I say, maybe it's our shadow lah. You don't scare me. At night, don't tell me all this ghost story and all that lah. At night only suddenly you're so inspired to talk about his ghost experience. I say we were together the whole morning. You don't want to tell all this. When it's sleeping time, especially when I'm sleeping alone, you want to tell all these stories.
Annoying, right?
So my friend is a doctor. He works with children.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. So he sees a lot of bad things happening to children, and there was once he was on call. So then doctors are on duty overnight in the hospital. So all the doctors will leave at 5 p.m. Then there'll be some doctors on duty to stay in the ward to look after the patients who are already there and take in new admissions. Suddenly, he felt a tug on his blanket. Then he saw a boy pulling his blanket when he was sleeping. And then my friend realized that he had a patient who was very ill. It's time to go and check on him. And just nice when he went to go and check on him, the patient was coding. That means like the oxygen level and everything started dropping. So these spirits are not here to only do bad things.
Yeah, of course.
They earn some brownie points to the spirits.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think like sometimes to imagine them as very scary and very fearful and evil is very unfair.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
they lived a life, maybe they had a few regrets, and that's why sometimes they act out. But we just don't go and disturb lah.
Right, so this question is for everyone. Which forest that you've visited is the most creepiest? Ka?
Why always me? Fine.
Because you always have excellent answers.
I think he has visited more forests than us.
Yeah, I know. Hey, hello, I don't go forest all. What is this activity that you're doing? Why can't you all just do like be normal and go for dinner or something? Why do you go forest, camping, glamping? My friend asked me to go for camping. I said, are you out of mind or not? I already served national service already. That's the maximum camping I'm doing in my life. Okay? Okay, so sorry.
No, it's okay. I love the tangent. No, I'm also thinking.
And the tension.
I think the creepiest one would be Okinawa.
Oh, you actually.
I went to Okinawa to shoot a documentary. Then our car got stuck, like literally got stuck in the ditch. Then it's just me and the client, and on a rainy day.
So weird, to be in this kind of scary situation with a complete stranger or someone that you're not close to.
Yeah,
right.
No, we're just chilling lah. Then it did not click until I went back to my my Airbnb, which is on the top of the mountain, alone in the it's like haunted cabin in the woods. So I had one cabin, then the client had one cabin, but I was the only one on the mountain after the car incident lah. But then I just realized that Okinawa went through World War II. Then a lot of people died, and a lot of atrocities were committed to the villagers. So there were a lot of spirits. Then I was like, hantu. Then I got scared. Then I was like, oh shit, I cannot sleep already. I can't sleep already. Tonight I confirm cannot sleep. And it was like 3-4 a.m. It was raining hard. It was raining hard. It's one of those like very big hut that you can see the top of the roof. Then it's like had a spiral stair, and then the bed is right in the middle on ground floor. So if I look up, right, then there's like a ledge, right, you can probably see Chua like woohoo come out.
Oh my god!
So it's damn creepy. Then I on the news there. I just watched the news. I was like, I'm very invested in the news right now.
You're staying in a what?
A hut lah. It's like
what is the TripAdvisor rating?
No, it was beautiful. So in the morning, right, because we had like a lot of scenes that we need to shoot for the documentary. So in the morning, right, when you open up the sliding door, it's like literally like one of those like huts. Then you open up the sliding door, you can see the whole of Okinawa. Like very nice. Wow. We rented that place for this particular reason, but nobody was staying except for me. My client was dealing with the car.
So I don't really have a particular forest that I would mention. But if I were to say anything that is very closely related or something that I've just went through, that'd be Bukit Brown.
Last episode.
Yeah. But that's technically a cemetery in the forest setting. Yeah.
I would say the offshore island with the bridge. Because I've never been there at night. And even knowing like, people will get rid of the toyos out there and everything, that's one thing. But I've walked through there during the day. And even during the day, I think just because it's mostly just forest. Like you'll see maybe one shelter here, one shelter on there, and that's it. But it's mostly just forest. All right, now that we can see the forest for the trees, let's wrap up this episode with one of Kyle's morbid facts of the day.
So right, in Mexico City, there's this place called Isla de Muñecas, or Island of the Dolls. Has hundreds of dolls hanging on the trees and scattered among the grass. And the origin of this creepy forest, it traces back when a resident of the island, quite similar to one of our offshore island origins, right?
Yeah.
Found a dead girl's body in a nearby canal. So the resident basically hung out the doll as a tribute to ward off evil spirits, and also because of the girl. So the girl's spirit supposedly still haunts the area. But now together with the force of 100 dolls.
Yeah.
I think the death is scary enough, and you think that it would be better if you go and put the dolls, but no, it's making it more scary. I heard Raihan is going to book his next holiday to Mexico, right?
So it doesn't help that you need to take a boat in. Would you want to visit?
No. Thank you.
For our show?
No, for sure, yes.
Consummate professional.
Yeah.
Consummate professional.
Right, so thank you so much for joining us, Daz. It's been great to have you here. And thank you to all of you for tuning in to Tales from Incredible Tales. New episodes go up weekly on MeWatch, meLISTEN, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
My name is Das.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And my name is Raihan, and we will see you next time.